You know, we are in the throes of the holiday season, and when all is said and done, we'll be facing a new year with new opportunities and new goals. Well, the Womeness Community has some great options for you to get yourself on track for a successful 2022. Here to tell us more is Genevieve Nutting-Howard. She's the founder of Womeness Community. So good to see you, Genevieve.
Hi, Melissa. So good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. Now, for those who are not familiar, let's explain first, what is the Womeness Community?
So Womeness Community is a nonprofit that is all about empowering women and empowering our communities through mindfulness, movement, and community impact.
Okay, great. And then when it comes to the new year, though, you have some amazing opportunities for women in our community to connect, to be inspired. So tell me about that.
So right now we're actually doing a series called the 8 Pillars of Wellness, and we're doing it through the holidays. So we're focusing on community, focusing on finances, focusing also on our physical wellness, our mental wellness, and then taking it through all the 8 pillars through the new year. In addition to that, we have a program called Womeness in the Wilderness, where it's all about encouraging women to get outside, to connect together, and to also feel comfortable getting in the outdoors. Here being in Idaho, we've got some of the top outdoor opportunities in the country. And women you don't see as prevalent in the outdoor community. So we're trying to just get them familiar with what their resources are, as well as connecting with each other.
Okay, Genevieve, I have to say, I know that this is also kind of a little bit of a personal passion of yours as well, because you, my friend,
Yes.
are an outdoors woman. But this is brilliant, though, because I think you've really hit the nail on the head about the importance of us connecting with nature when it comes to feeling empowered, inspired, and taking that mental break as well, which we all really need, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's a great opportunity. A lot of times when we're doing our mental health series, which we do throughout the years, we talk about the importance of getting outside. It's a great way to reset your mind. If you find that during the day you're getting overwhelmed, you're getting stressed, you're getting anxious, just taking 10 minutes, even walking outside, but having these opportunities where it's the first Saturday of every month. Again, it's an organized activity. A lot of times that one thing you need is just a little push out the door. It starts to become a habit. So now not only are they getting in the wilderness with Womeness, but they are encouraging their friends and family to do so together as well.
I love that. You know, you're setting an example, especially for maybe even some moms that really want to get out there, but it can be intimidating to want to get out in the wilderness, if you will, if you're not very familiar with it. You know, you want to make sure that you're safe. You want to make sure you know where you're going. You know, there's definitely some things to follow. And I think it's great that you're giving that opportunity for people who may not have done so otherwise. So can you explain a little bit, what would a day be like for a Womeness in the Wilderness program?
Yeah, so we just started this a couple months ago, and we're starting off with things that are accessible to everyone. That's something else that Womeness Community is that we're inclusive. And that includes with these opportunities that we provide. So they've included hikes here in the Treasure Valley. We're doing a snowshoeing day up in Idaho City, actually January 1st. So great way to bring in the new year. And then we're going to build up to doing a backpacking trip end of August, beginning of September.
I love it. Okay, I really love how you have this staggered, right? So it's a hike around town, get comfortable with that, and then we're going to go play in the snow, you know, and in Idaho City, which is still pretty accessible, building up to that outdoor backpacking adventure, which might be a little bit for some to bite off at first, right? But if you take this in little steps, then that's something that maybe you just find yourself doing. And what a great goal, too, for 2022, right? Start with the hike now, New Year's, do the snow event, and then once you head towards summer, do that backpacking outdoors. I love it, Genevieve. So if people want to know more about Womeness Community, if they want to get connected, it's more than just the wilderness options though, right? If people are just now tuning in, this is a chance for women to connect in the community on a business level, on a personal level, and just be inspired and have that network, if you will. So where do they go? What do they do to learn more?
So they can go to our website, womenesscommunity.com. It's a great way to get involved. It's also a great way to help us continue our organization as we are a nonprofit. They can help us out there. And then also going on our social media. Again, we're all about inclusion. So we give out free content education. We have a series coming up in January called Sober Curious. So again, we're really focused on the mental health, really working on grouping together as a community to lift one another up.
Great. And Genevieve, too, I do want to mention you have a podcast as well, and I'm sure people can access that once they go to your social pages and your website.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you're doing here in the community for women in general. I think it's absolutely fantastic. You know, I'm a big fan. And I might just be joining you for this Women in the Wilderness program, just to let you know. I might be showing up.
We would love that. You're invited anytime.
Excellent. Thank you, Genevieve. And thank you, everyone at home, for joining us here on Idaho Today. Tune in every Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 1 on KTVB. Take care. Bye-bye.